Welcome to my ultimate guide for King Arthur Legends Rise. Whether you're a beginner or looking to improve your skills, this video has you covered. I will reveal essential tips, game secrets and pro strategies to help you dominate. Stick around and by the end, you will have everything you need to go from rookie to pro. When you start your journey, you will only have access to Arthur, who is a solid damage dealer, but as you progress through, you will unlock multiple free heroes, including 2 legendary ones, which are very powerful and used even by spenders. First, you will get Kai, which is one of the best free-to-play damage dealers, so investing in her will pay off as she will be able to carry you through multiple dungeons. As you progress through the story, you will also get Tristan, a legendary hero, who will help you in the first dungeon, Plane of Beasts, do how he can destroy the enemy shields and apply attack speed decrease. Tristan and Kai are quite essential in that dungeon, and that dungeon will allow you to advance your heroes. Keep playing and you will get free legendary Morgan, who is one of the 3 most OP heroes currently in the game. Her kit allows you to reduce enemies' attack gauge and apply recovery disruption as well as crowd control with sleep. On top of that, her passives are very powerful, especially passive 3. On cooldown with 2 turns, once you max it out, it will inflict defense decrease 2 and damage taken increase 3. As a free-to-play or spender, Morgan development will be your priority, and getting her to Chivalry 3 is a must, as this changes that passive activation into when attacking instead of just when using first skill. On day 1, you will also get Turin, a free rare hero that will help you with all the healing you need. If you wonder how to build your heroes, you will most of the time build them with attack speed, as attack speed is a king in this game. If you have high enough attack speed, you will have a chance to have double turns in a single boss turn, making it so easy to get through the content. You'll be looking for attack speed on the rings early on, and eventually you want attack speed on the keepsake orb, and together you can get up above 200 attack speed with your heroes, and it is just so powerful. One of the best equipment sets in the game is Vigor set, which grants your hero an additional vigor at the start of the turn. You can easily craft the 3 and 4 star through the forge, and the other set that is worth crafting is the accuracy, which helps our heroes to apply debuffs. If you're looking for a specific hero build, I have this spreadsheet that I'm working on in the description of the video as well as in the comment, and you can look at certain hero, whatever relic they use, and how to build them with notes as well explaining why we go for certain sets. Hopefully this will be a good information for you to start building your heroes. There are multiple ways to power up your heroes. The most important are raw stats of your heroes as attack, defense and HP. To get them, you just need to level up your heroes, awaken them, especially early on. Awakening to 3 stars will allow you to unlock the belt and the orb keepsakes that can increase their stats quite significantly. The next huge boost, and something that you should not neglect, is leveling and advancing your relics, as well as a relic awakening, which comes a little bit later. This game offers an amazing tool to check how much of a boost you will get, depending on the upgrade you want. If you go to the Codex class, click on the hero and press this button, you will get preview stat settings. You can reset Bedivir's level to level 50, and you can see how much the power of his goes once you level him up to level 60. Same, you can remove the hero grade and see how much of a boost that is. You can also do the same for the relic grade and hero awakenings, awaken relic, and even minimize his chivalry to level 0. This will give you an idea how much of an improvement you can get by the amount of the resources you spend in. Next on your list should be improving equipment. Now, most of the game content can be cleared with equip 4 and 5 star. as that's what I've done. But I'm using like 4-star and 3-stars on some heroes, and they can and manage to do pretty well. You will eventually start farming the higher grade of equipment, but first crafting 3 and 4-star equipment is quite mandatory. Another huge boost to your account and quickly getting through the different content would be Chivalry 3 Morgan. And this is once again priority for everyone to get this. This will improve the damage of your damage dealers significantly. Heroes can also be improved via the passive skills. Legendary heroes have 3 passive skills that you can max out, and if you have a hero that requires a first passive to be maxed out, like Bedivere Dominant Position, which is a mandatory passive to be maxed out to unleash his true potential, you'll need 8 talismans. Talismans can be farmed in the Sealed Temple. Depending on the level, as long as you clear level 5, you will have access to the legendary ones, and you need 8 of them. You also get quite a few of them through finishing the story and the campaign. Now, to max out his first passive, you have to have Bedivere at level 1. You improve his passive twice and you have it at max level. Then you level him up and do the same for level 2. Obviously, if you don't have access to legendary talismans, you might as well get him to the maximum level, play, and once you get enough talismans, just reset him. Using these reset stones, it will get you all the items and gold that you spent, except for the gold that you spend when leveling up the hero. So you will lose over 1 million, but you can get his passives maxed out, which is quite important. And it works for different heroes as well, like Jillian. Her first passive is amazing. You can buy 4 reset coins every month for 400 crystals. On top of passive skills, heroes also have relic skills. Each relic will have a separate skill and will require a different tome to use. Tomes can be farmed in the Master of Apocalypse dungeon, and depending on the level you can clear, you will get the different amulet. Again, once you get to level 5, you will be able to farm the legendary ones. Another huge power up will come from your total account power. Once you get to a higher tier, you will get a lot of attack speed. Attack speed 10 here. The boost once you get from 155,000. Once you get to that point, you will automatically jump to this one. That's how much of a difference, how much of a big boost this tier 21 is. To get to 155,000 quickly, level up your unused heroes to level 20, as this will give them a lot of power, as well as put any leftover equipment on them, as this will improve the power even more significantly, and I covered that in a separate video. The game has multiple dungeons, and trust me, for the first few days, you will have so much to do, you won't be able to utilize all of your stamina, as you will be constantly leveling up and refreshing your stamina. On that matter, when you're close to leveling up, use the highest amount of stamina you can, because when you level up, you're not gonna go over the cap of your stamina. So in my case, if I level up, I will not get to 276, I will only get to 222 stamina. When it comes to dungeons, first you will have to defeat Plane of the Beasts, where we have Penvade that hits like a truck. Against her, you need to bring multiple hit heroes, like you can see here. So the ones that we get early on, Tristan and Kai, are really good here. On my channel, you can find a guide to how to clear level 7 and unlock the mythic orbs, as they will allow you to advance your heroes past level 50. The second important dungeon is the gold and experience dungeons, when you fight against Gorgos, and in this case you will need a DOT heroes and heroes that can remove DOT. If you have Anguish or Rosier, both of them will work really well. Even the support Isolde can apply chill with her first skill. You also need someone to remove the DOT, and unquestionably MVP in here is Jared, one of the uncommon heroes that you should focus on, as he will be mandatory. You can find the guide on my channel where I clear level 10 using only rare and uncommon heroes. This will be your bread and butter. You'll spend a lot of time here, as gold is quite hard to get, as everything costs gold, even removing equipment, which I think should be removed. The most important dungeon in the mid to late game will be Relic Power Up Frozen Plane dungeon, where you face against Aldri. This will yield you both advancement materials and experience materials for your relic, and each hero has 3 relics, and we know it will increase to 5 as they will eventually add the shadow and light ones. Now in this dungeon, the good heroes are Morgan, as she applies recovery disruption even in fire state, but she will take more damage. Kai again is a great slayer, she deals a lot of damage here, and you will need to invest in Akalan as well, as Akalan's second skill has a high chance of inflicting recovery disruption here. And you can find a guide how I clear it at level 10 and also level 7. Then the last dungeon that you will unlock is the one that will allow you to awaken your relics. This is quite hard, and at the moment I'm at level 8. This dungeon requires a lot of attack speed, attack gauge decrease and attack speed decrease, as well as attack gauge increase for our heroes. So this is something that I'm working on myself right now. Once I clear it at level 10, I will share my guide. The next dungeon portion is the equipment dungeons that you should avoid. The reason why I say you should avoid it, you should only do it for the daily quest, also to get simple catalyst. You will need a lot of it to craft the equipment that you will want on your heroes. However, you should not be farming these dungeons to get equipment, as there is a small chance of you getting what you want, as you can get multiple different items here. The defensive dungeon, Apolia, is something that I've not bothered doing, as I'm not really using any of these items on any of my heroes, as the vigor and accuracy sets are just so much better. Keepsake dungeon unlocks a little bit later, and it's going to be a very important dungeon where you will need a lot of attack speed to kill the boss easily, and I'll cover that in a separate guide as well. Next will be favored dungeons. Those open daily, and they will require a specific heroes within a special affinity. So heroes in the game have different affinities. If you click here on the tags, you will see that we have Crow, Serpent, Bull, Stag, Hound, and Steed. You will be only able to use those heroes within this dungeon. These dungeons are currently really hard, especially the bosses at level 6, 3, and 10. Those are really hard, and looking at the new patch notes, the higher levels will be adjusted, probably making them a little bit easier, as not all of them can be easily cleared. On Sunday, all of them are available on a single day. We have Forbidden Dungeon. This is something you should not neglect. Forbidden Dungeon recharges 5 tickets every day. If you have 5 and you don't use them, you will not get to 10. They will cap at 5. So make sure you sweep the stages. So once you clear a stage, you can auto clear it and get the rewards. If you can't play, do it. This is a really hard dungeon. Level 100 was probably the most difficult fight I tackled in this entire game. Lower levels are quite easy. There are obviously few that will require a lot of good strategy, like level 50, but it's all doable, especially for spenders. If you're free to play and you can't pass through, don't worry. Go auto clear. This dungeon grants you pedestals who are really hard to get, and you need quite a lot of them to awaken your heroes past 4 stars basically. Also, you will get a lot of iron and wood through it, and forbidden token, which is used in a special shop that I'll go over later. Next, we have Seal Temple, where we will fight against Master of Death, which is Sanunus, boss that you defeat in chapter 5 of the story. Depending on the level you can clear, you can get different talismans that improve heroes' passive skills. The most important jump is from level 4 to level 5. This dungeon is quite hard. I have a guide on it as well, but I would treat that dungeon as a marathon rather than a sprint. As long as you can survive the whole battle, it can take you 15 minutes. As long as you clear it, you're good, you'll be farming the books you want. Eventually, you'll become so strong that you will end up farming level 10 with 2 minutes. Master of the Apocalypse is our beloved worm. This is the endgame boss that you defeat in chapter 10, and you will be able to fight it once again. This time around, we'll get these books. Books are used to level up relic skills. Once you clear level 5, you will be able to get these legendary books, improving your legendary hero. So this is the step you want to get. Don't waste your stamina. Stamina is a bottleneck of this game. As a free-to-play player, even as a spender, stamina does not regenerate fast enough. At the start of the game, for the first 5-7 days, you will have plenty of stamina. Trust me, you'll be constantly leveling up because the dungeons will give you that much stamina. But it will end eventually. So don't do those things. Don't farm equipment dungeon unless you're doing the daily mission. You need this catalyst to craft your equipment. Otherwise, avoid it. You will get equipment through the campaign stages and other means, and mostly crafting. Crafting. You can craft all the best equipment in this game, as I mentioned previously. If you go to the Forge, you can choose between level 3, 4, and 5, depending on that. It will cost you some wood and the materials will change. You can choose the set you want. If you want to build Vigor set, go for it. Get quickly a Vigor set by crafting level 3 and 4, which doesn't cost you much. Avoid using the special materials, as you will need them for the endgame gear. Now, you can buy, and you should, even if it's free to play, you should buy those twice daily. This will grant you 200 stamina for 100 crystal. You can spend another 300 and get 300 stamina of it, but it's more for those guys who spend. Early game, spend your stamina on Gorax and the Piggy. So this dungeon will allow you to advance your heroes, and this one will give you gold and leveling up. Potions, eventually you will end up with more potions than gold, so you won't be able to level up your heroes. Mid-game, it will change. You will mostly farm Aldri and steal the gold dungeon. On top of that, you will spend some stamina on the favored dungeon. Shine of Storm will be your late-game activity. Focus on getting as high as possible in the main story, as this will grant you additional rewards when you clear them at 3 stars. Don't worry if you can't clear the content at 3 stars right now. Progress through and come back when you're stronger, as you can get really nice rewards here, especially on hard level, where you can get Legendary Mastery Memory Stone that can grant you a copy of already own hero of your choice, and it should go to Morgan. Once you get to the mid game, you will struggle with stamina, so what to do when you are out of stamina? That's when you focus on Adventure. Adventure doesn't cost stamina, grants you a lot of rewards, even stamina. I wouldn't worry about that in the first few days, as you need to really push the main campaign. You can also do Arena. Arena is infinite. You can fight as much as you want, and this is why people can spend all day fighting there, and you will get rewards, which you can then redeem into different weekly, monthly, and daily rewards. As well as when you hit a certain tier, you will receive crystals, and some good packs will pop that are really worth it, so that's why you should spend your crystals on them. When you're out of stamina, also a good way to spend your time is to push harder levels of the Forbidden Dungeon. Don't waste your gold. There are multiple ways to lose gold, but there's only one really good way to gain gold, which is the Gorax dungeon. Gold is utilized everywhere. You pay gold when you want to remove equipment. You spend gold when you want to enhance equipment. So don't waste it on equipment you will replace quickly. There are a few ways you can also spend gold and get benefits of it, which is purchasing equipment. You can get really good equipment. You can get legendary equipment even at 5 stars. It will have random stats, but you still got a chance. Early on, you might focus on getting one of those that you can't farm, especially these legendary Moonlight Lakestone shards. They will allow you to craft the Vigor set. They cost 20,000 gold though. It doesn't seem like much, but it will add up. Another way to use your gold is in the market. And as you can see, I am in the end game now, so I'm focusing on relics and the talismans as well to improve my uncommon or rare heroes. I don't spend any more on the uncommon X potions, but early in the game, it's a good way. I would stay away from the mana orbs because they cost quite a lot unless they are discounted. Same for the fairy stones and items that you don't really need. You will eventually start purchasing the items that you need as long as you have enough gold. This shop can really produce really good items, even like legendary tombstones or legendary talismans. Exchange is something I wish I knew when I started playing. If you go to your summoning, you will notice in the left corner there's a button that you can press, and it will get you to the shard shop where you can exchange for hero shards, as you can see, even up to legendary grade, and a daily sale that changes. If you want to get these rare heroes to the maximum chivalry, this is how you do it. Now keep in mind, I've summoned quite a lot and I only got 175 shards, so it's not easy. However, when it comes to relics, it's way easier to get the relics that you want. And there are few relics that are outstanding, like Stormban, Fire Rosier, and Frost Sarah. Those relics cost, for rare, 3,750. Currently, there's no use for a duplicate relic, so you will be able to exchange for new relics quite easily. And how we do that? We go to the exchange shards. we have all the heroes that are available to us. We can select them depending on the grade you want to salvage and press OK. This will add all of them. Now, if you don't want to add all of your heroes because you're still trying to get chivalry for them, you can select them and exclude the ones that did not hit chivalry tier 10, and it will get you them. Then you just press exchange and you will get points. Depending on the grade, you will get more points. Then we move to the relic one. Now, as I said, there is no use for the duplicates relics yet. We don't know, it might change. So I would highly suggest keeping your legendary relics in case we need to. Now you can do the similar thing here. You can exclude unobtainable relics, press OK, and then just exchange. Now I'm not gonna do that because I have those in, but you can remove them if you accidentally add them by doing this. And since I already own those relics, I will exchange, and as you can see, I got 820. Now I'm at 15,000 and I'm very close to getting one of the legendary relics. You may ask me, hey Gorax, but what about crystals? I got a lot of crystals, I don't know where to spend them. You will get quite a lot of them eventually. The first few days are very rough, but once you get them from the daily quest and etc., the best way to spend them is buy the stamina twice. It will cost you only 100 crystals. If you can afford it, spend another 300 to get another 300 stamina. Then the next step would be special packs. There are special packs that happen every so often, like when you get to new arena tier, that are very worth it. They will have the value of the summons plus extra rewards. There's also one special pack that costed like 7,000 crystals, but it had 30 legendary memory shards, which means you can choose 1.5 hero of your choice. Plus on top of that, it had memory shards for rare heroes and uncommons as well. That was probably one of the best packs you can buy with your crystals. Another thing, the most obvious one, is summons. You should focus on expanding your roster first rather than having duplicates of the heroes. So what's the best way to expand your roster? This banner here. Special summon banner will grant you the heroes within the whole pool. If you look here at the raid info, you will have access to all the currently available heroes. Now on the global ranch, we will have two special banners. We will have Merlin, which is one of the 3 most OP heroes in the game, and Guinevere, who will have a buff. During the recording of this video, we are not sure what the buff will be, but she desperately needs it. So depending on that, you can choose and pull in that if you want Merlin. That's why I highly suggest to get and try at least 60 summons to get Merlin, because the rate up banners also have 4 different heroes, and who knows, maybe you will have the other OP heroes in there as well. Since we covered summons, let's talk about the rerolls. I know some of you love rerolling. I would not suggest rerolling in this game, but if you really want to, this is your tier list. The tier list will have 4 heroes that are mandatory, and we'll start with the best one, Bedivere. Bedivere is by far the strongest damage dealer. He's pretty much used everywhere except maybe 2 dungeons, and he just smashes, okay? The next one is Jillian. The reason why Jillian is so good, once you get her Frost Relic, and you can get the Frost Relic through a 1999 pack once you clear hard level, she becomes an amazing AoE healer and also someone who can reduce the target's attack gauge. The third hero is Merlin, utilized pretty much everywhere as well. His second skill is just amazing. In the Frost Relic, it grants us frozen remains on the enemy, that grants us dot immunity, damage taken decrease on the attacker, and 90% chance to increase attacker's gauge, which is so amazing. Merlin will be available in the rate up banner on the global launch, so I will highly suggest try and pull for him. I did it on the early release as well, and I got him in the normal banner rather than the rate up one. Everyone gets Morgan for free, but having dupes of Morgan is just going to make you so much stronger. Morgan Chivalry 3 is a game changing. Once you get 4 of those heroes, you can clear all the content in the game. Some dungeons will require a flexi pick. Next thing you should do is join a clan, and Celestials are recruiting. Celestials is a community of gamers. We have 10 guilds in King Arthur already, and we will be expanding. If you want to join a guild, we have semi-casual, casual, competitive, we got everything. If you want to be a guild leader, clan leader under our community, apply as well. We're looking to expand and create more clans. So what are benefits of joining a clan? First of all, it's weekly contribution. You'll get all these free rewards up to 1 special summon ticket. Daily attendance. That's quite amazing because if you have 25 members in your clan, daily you will get one special summon ticket. Then you have clan missions. When you fulfill these missions, your clan will level up. You will get some rewards as well, and you will get clan coins. Clan coins can be used in the shop. In the shop, you can buy multiple things from relics to special hero relics. You can buy fairy stone and other resources required to upgrade your heroes. And also weekly, you can buy pedestals. Pedestals are very hard to get. You can only get them through Forbidden Dungeon, and Forbidden Dungeon has limited access, only 5 tickets a day. So you definitely want to buy them weekly, and you also have monthly Storm Relic Summon. Relics, you can buy them. On top of that, clans is where the fun is. Currently, there's no clan versus clan, but that's in the works. But there's also clan raid. And in the clan raid, you will spend special tickets. You get 2 per day, and you fight against different tier bosses. We finished that already, so I can't show you, but this is where all the competition is, and it's quite fun. As I mentioned briefly earlier, there's an arena, and arena currently is unlimited. You can play as much as you want, okay? So most of the time you'll be playing against bots, and I would highly suggest not missing on it. I made that mistake early on, and I lost on rewards. So what rewards you get? Daily. Depending on your rank, you can get certain arena points. There's also seasonal ranking, and this is where every week you get access to these highly valuable legendary mastery memory stones that you turn into any hero of your choice. That's such an amazing thing. Arena has different grades. You start with the bronze grade, you progress through up to master. It's a long grind, but it's worth it, as not only you get this weekly, you also get a one-time reward, which is the free crystals, and it adds up to quite a lot. Also, when you hit certain ranks, you get a pop-up offers that cost you crystals, and they're really good. There's also Arena Shop, where you spend the hard-earned coins. There are a few things that I will highly suggest purchasing. First is monthly Frost Relic Summon tickets. As I said, these are high-value items. Weekly special summon tickets, and then decide which hero you want to go from this special shop. As a free-to-play, you might consider getting as many copies of Tristan as possible, but get at least 1 copy of Sergius, as Sergius will be required in one of the dungeons. When you clear Forbidden Dungeon, you will gain Forbidden tokens, which can be redeemed in a special shop. You'll need to go to the shop, special shop, and you will see different materials you can buy, and those are really important. These are really good materials. Monthly, I will highly suggest buying the pedestals. Legendary Mastery Stone, you can buy 10 of them. I think that will be the priority for free-to-play players, especially those who want to get Morgan to Chivalry free. It will cost you 30,000 of this coin, so this is why you need to push to the higher level of the Forbidden Dungeon and then auto-clear to get as much as possible. I struggle with Simple Catalyst as I don't farm the equipment dungeon. It costs only 500 points to get 100 of them. And then these red boxes that have keepsake crafting material are very good value as well, because currently crafting keepsake is quite limited. You also want Flame Relic Summon ticket. You can get Flame Relic Summon ticket from this, you can get the Frost one, and you can get the Storm one from the other shops that I mentioned earlier, so that's all high value. So priority, Legendary Mastery Memory Stone, Flame Relic Summon tickets, then pedestals, and then whatever you have points left on, as everything else is rather optional depending on what you need to upgrade your heroes. For those of you who are considering spending money on the game, there will be few very good deals. This game has heavy monetization, but if you find a pack that has a better value than $1 for 1 summon, it's a good deal. Okay, that's a good deal in this game. But on top of that, there are a few outstanding packs. The first one, an obvious one, is the Night Pass. If you are low on money, you should not focus on getting this very early, as you won't have benefits of it until higher levels, but there are a few packs that you can obtain very quickly in the game. First thing, let's talk about the bonus reward upon purchase. When you do 20 purchases in total, you will get a free legendary hero. The best way to get it is obviously buying cheap packs. Those come from the daily. You spend 266 to get those rewards daily, and they are really worth it, as it's crystals and stamina. Then the next packs definitely worth are the main story clear packages and all the other packages in this tab here on the left. This costs $19.99 and grants you a lot of free crystals. as well as stamina. Hard package is probably the best value for money, as you will get a lot of rate up summons. On top of that, at the last level, once you clear hard difficulty 10, you will have a selector relic, and you should pick Jillian at the time of the recording, because Jillian Frost is such an amazing pick. There are a few others who are very close to it, but having this healer in your roster is such a good thing. Hell package, I still haven't purchased that because the price is at $49.99. Maybe when I've cleared the whole hell, then I'll get it, because it grants us a legendary hero of our choice, and 2 random legendary heroes as well. ST Power Up pack is good value, but I will highly suggest waiting with it, as I've been playing a month and I barely even got halfway through that. The first combat power package is definitely worth it, $19.99, and you will get to 180,000 power within a week or 2, depending on how much gold you're gonna spend on your secondary heroes. This one is still good value, but I'm waiting till I get to like 375,000 power, which might be a while. Depending what content you clear, you'll have a lot of this special pop-up packs, but be careful with them. Look at the crystal value. Look at this pack, $19.99 for 20 salmon, so that's a good value, 1 salmon per pound, but I'm only getting 160 crystals compared to another $99.90 pack, which grants me way more crystals. Crystals are important, because in here we have a weekly pack that grants us 20 salmons and 800 crystals. Crystals do matter, you use them for stamina and you use them for salmons. Now, if you bought all the packs that I already mentioned and you still have money to spend, Morgan Storm Relic is worth it. Okay, Morgan Storm Relic is available in the popular tab in the event packages. I already purchased it, so she's not here. But it costs similar to Tristan, $29.99, and it's definitely worth it. There are also King Arthur launch packages. The first 2 or 3 are definitely worth it. The 4th one is not that high value, as it grants us items that we can definitely farm. Now, in the hero power up, there's nothing really important unless you're a big whale and you want to push the content. But the equipment relay, the first pack costs $4.99, and it grants us 4-star speed and a critical set, which can really boost and speed up the progress. So it's not that expensive. When it comes to the awakening, all of this is easily farmable. Same with the relics and relic awakening. This is going to be a tip for more advanced players. So once you get to the stages hard or even hell, you will need 2 attributes: hit accuracy and effect accuracy, and I'm going to explain the difference here. So if we go here, press that, you'll see the current stats of my heroes. Effect accuracy, it affects the likelihood that hero successfully applies effect. It does not require hit accuracy. So my Morgan can miss her damage, but she can still apply debuffs. Hit accuracy is the skill that increases the chance of you hitting with damage. So damage abilities, that the skills that deal damage, this is what this skill does. If you're looking at applying Morgan's second skill, for example, if we're looking at this, 50% chance to inflict defense decrease 2, hit accuracy does not affect that. We can miss the damage portion, which is the top one. We can miss this and still apply that, as long as we have more effect accuracy than the enemy has effect resistance, and we have successful roll on the chance of applying that debuff. So that's it, guys. This is my beginner's guide. Hopefully it was helpful to you, made some things clear, and if you play this game, I hope you learn a thing or 2. If you have more questions, you can find me during my live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, so join, ask the questions. I'm very helpful. I try my best to read all the chat messages, and I have great viewers that will be able to help you as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!